Hey guys, Miss Peterson here, and today we're going to be going over how to create a bar chart in Google Sheets. We're going to be graphing our data for the Opti-Mole rocket lab. Okay, so I already have my data entered into Google Sheets. You can normally copy and paste a data table or just type in the sections. Some reminders when formatting your data table is you can use the headings up top to make the columns smaller or larger. And you can also do any normal type of text stuff to reorganize that data table. So for this one, what I want to graph is I want the ratio to be on my x-axis and the loudness ranking to be on my y-axis. So we're going to select those two columns. If you select one and then hold the control key while you select the other, you should be able to select them both. And if you're not, don't worry, I'll show you a way around that in a second. But if you have them both selected, you can just go to Insert, Chart. And Google Sheets is really smart. So often it's like, I bet you want that in a bar chart. And indeed, I do. Okay, it gave it to me in a nice little bar chart here, where we can see the relative ranking, we see the ratios down at the bottom, we have our relative loudness up there, it has a nice title. Now, if anything was funky in your graph, okay, let's go ahead and see what it would look like if I didn't select my data, okay, but that one totally works. If I didn't select my data, okay, and I just went Insert to Chart, okay, it gives me a lot of different information. It still gave me a column chart, but it's giving me parts hydrogen and relative loudness on my y-axis. And I don't need my parts hydrogen gas graphed. So in setup, it is still a column chart, which is what I want, but we want to make sure that it is what we want. On our x-axis, it has the ratio of O2 to H2, so that's perfect. And then my series, that's going to be your y-axis, has parts hydrogen and relative loudness ranking. So we're just going to remove the parts hydrogen, and then we have our graph. But for some reason, that got rid of my y-axis label. So if you ever need to edit any labels or anything, that's going to be over here in Customize. Okay, for this one, it'll be under Chart and Axis Titles. It already has a good chart title. Oh, but I don't want it to be relative loudness ranking. I want it to be the relative loudness ranking. Versus the, let's see. Oh, and I need to make sure I'm clear what this ratio is. And this is the O2 to the oxygen to hydrogen gas ratio. Okay, not hydrogen to oxygen. It is the O2 to H2 ratio. Okay, why isn't that coming up in one? Okay, that make it work. There we go. Oops. Did Google Sheets save it all? Yeah. Okay. And then I was in there. See if this goes away. We just go to Edit Chart. It brings it back up. We were in Customize. I was trying to add my vertical axis title, which is the relative loudness. Okay. That ranking is what's on that axis. So now I have my clear labels and my clear graph. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And that's how you make a bar chart in Google Sheets.